Amendment X, Industrial Hemp Definition.
The stated ballot question is, should there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution considering changing the industrial hemp definition from a constitutional definition to a statutory definition? A constitutional definition is essentially just harder to change in the future, so it requires 55% of the House to agree on it, whereas a statutory amendment would only require 50% plus one person. So removing the definition of industrial hemp from the Colorado Constitution and instead using the federal or state statute law would just make it easier in the future.
A yes vote supports removing the definition of industrial hemp from the Colorado Constitution and instead requiring the industrial hemp have the same definition as in federal law. A no vote opposes removing the definition of industrial hemp from the Colorado Constitution and instead requiring that industrial hemp have the same definition as in federal law. Amendment 64, which legalized marijuana in Colorado in 2012, added the definition of industrial hemp to the Colorado Constitution. The definition states that industrial hemp is, quote, the plant of the genus cannabis and any part of such plant, whether growing or not, with a delta-9 THC concentration that does not exceed 0.3% on a dry weight basis, end quote. The definition of industrial hemp in federal law sets the same limit for THC concentration. Industrial hemp consists of different parts of low-level THC from cannabis sativa plants. An assortment of products are produced from the hemp, such as rope, fabric, yarn, paper, insulation, cosmetic, and personal care.
The argument for the proposal is that it would create more flexibility with this amendment moving forward. A lot of other states are currently moving forward regarding legalizing hemp and marijuana in general. And so for Colorado to remain the leading producer, they would have to be able to amend the definition. And the argument against the proposal is that it just goes against the voters' original intent, but there's no organized opposition group for this amendment.
In conclusion, it's harder to change a constitutional amendment than a statutory one, which would make it easier in the future to change a definition as the hemp industry evolves. It's harder for the federal government to impose restrictions.